God Shiva speaks. The Father says, "You are your own masters. You may earn a status in hell or in heaven. This destination is very high. Everything depends on the efforts you make now. Is effort greater or is the reward greater? Effort is said to be greater. It is by your own efforts that you create your reward in heaven. Some then think that they will make effort if they have it in their reward and that the world drama will inspire them to do it. They think in that way and sit down and do nothing to earn their status in heaven. Gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, 5,000 years before today, Bharat became heaven, and there were all types of happiness there. It is now the end of this Iron Age, and there is so much sorrow and corruption. Only I, God, the unlimited Father of all souls, has mercy for the whole world. Therefore, come and understand how I, God, has mercy for everyone. There is also the Mahabharat War, which is World War III, just ahead of everyone. There definitely has to be someone who will make you impure souls pure once again. So out of all souls, I, God, is the blissful one. A very good intellect filled with knowledge is required. Gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, "The vice of lust is not a small thing. It is very difficult. Sannyasis leave their homes and families and go away. You Brahmas, the malborn creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, have to live at home with your families and have yoga, remembrance of me, God, the one Father of all souls, and claim your full inheritance of heaven. You have to make a lot of effort. There is a lot of attainments. Gateway to heaven." God Shiva speaks. The Father says, "No one else knows that Ravan, which is the five vices of body consciousness, lust, greed, anger, and attachment kingdom, began with the Copper Age and has continued since then. You also have to explain the picture of Ravan. When did he begin? Ravan kingdom began about 2,500 years ago. Ravan is the oldest enemy. By conquering Ravan, you become conquerors of the world." Gateway to heaven. Shiva speaks. The Father says, "You Brahmins, the malborn creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, can tell from the faces of some people that they enjoy knowledge of how this world cycle turns. If something touches their heart, they continue to nod in agreement. Otherwise, they will continue to look here and there." Gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, "You Brahmins, the malborn creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, now know that those small sects and cults emerged later in this world cycle, so none of the other religions is going to come into the Golden Age, because the Golden Age only has one religion, which is the original eternal deity religion. However, those of you who have been converted into other religion at this time will come back from somewhere or the other. Whatever is in each one's fortune, that is as much as each one will take. You have to understand these things yourselves and then explain them to others." Gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, "Why is Lakshmi worshipped? Where are all of them now? Lakshmi existed in the golden age at heaven, and you Brahmins, the milk-born creations of Prajapita Brahma's souls, now know that Lakshmi took the full 84 births, and now at this confluence age, she has become Jagadamba. She has been adopted and her name has been changed to Saraswati, gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, this Raja Yoga knowledge is very easy. The highest on high is I, God, the one Father of all souls, and then there are the deities, residents of heaven. The secret of the castes is also very easy. You Brahmins, the milk-born creations of Prajapita Brahma's souls, is the top knot, the highest caste of all. You will become deities once again. Gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, no one can call Krishna the Father. When people call out to me, God the Father, they only remember I, the incorporeal one, the one without an image. Gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, it is I, God, the one Father of all souls alone, who can have mercy for every soul, and you have forgotten me. I, God, is carrying out my task by myself. Gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, you Brahmins, the milk-born creations of Prajapita Brahma's souls, now know that I, God, the one Father of all souls, is now telling you the whole truth about everything. You have to churn the ocean of knowledge to do service. However, your intellects have not become broad and unlimited as yet. Gateway to heaven. Lord Shiva speaks. The Father says, there is victory for the religious. There is Raja Yoga. They have shown that Krishna giving knowledge to Arjuna while sitting in his chariot. You Brahmins, the milk-born creations of Prajapita Brahma's souls, now understand that I, God, the one Father of all souls, gave the knowledge of Raja Yoga. After the Mahabharat War, which will be World War III, the kingdom of heaven must definitely have been established through Raja Yoga. At this time, there is no kingdom. The kingdom of heaven has to be established once again. Gateway to heaven. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God, the one Father of all souls, has explained that there is as much truth in the scriptures as a pinch of salt in a sackful of flour. All the rest is just false. Gateway to heaven.